Hi guys, it's Thursday. Welcome to another edition of All Things Real Estate. Today I am talking about something that everybody is talking about right now and thinking about, and that is those tax appraised values that everyone's gotten in the mail. Everyone's freaking out a little bit, so what I'm going to talk about today is protesting those values and how you go about doing that. So stay tuned.
All things real estate, all things real estate.
Okay, you got that value in the mail and it is freaking you out a little bit because it seems super high. Number one, first thing you do is call your favorite real estate agent or broker, maybe me, to have them run comparable sold properties for you called comps. Have them run comps for you and see where your value really is at. And I'm telling you, I have seen some crazy increases in value since if you bought your house in 2017, 18, 19, 20, it could be literally $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 more than it was then. So that is your first step is call your realtor, call your real estate broker, and have them run comps for you to see if it's even worth it. If it is worth it, then you take that next step. You go to your county appraisal district website, and there is going to be some sort of protest button that you can push that will tell you about providing documentation for that protest. What you're going to want to do, and I have little notes here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to provide information into that portal about why why your valuation is wrong, okay? If you're not comfortable using the computer or using a portal or something like that, you can ask your county, you can contact them by phone and ask them to send you a written protest form, and you can do it that way as well. Faster ways to do it online, of course, and that's what they want you to do, but if you're old school, like some people out there are, you can get a written form to start your protest, and you can send in your information by mail. After that, you can expect the appraisal district staff to get a hold of you, and they're going to basically talk to you either on the phone or by email. And they're going to go over your numbers, and they're going to tell you, yes, we think you're right, and they're going to schedule a hearing for you, or they're going to say, no, I don't think that you have a good case, in which case you can still push for a hearing. A hearing is your right as a citizen, and you pay your taxes, and you have a right to a hearing if you want to be heard. But those staff people are there to tell you whether like your real estate broker beforehand, those staff people are there to tell you whether they think that you're going to be successful if you go to a protest board meeting, basically. So that's sort of an informal review process that takes place. Once you have, your formal hearing, it will be scheduled. You'll be notified about when that hearing is going to be, and you will appear in front of the appraisal review board. And after that hearing or at that hearing, so you'll either get a written notice afterwards, or you'll be told actually at that hearing whether you were successful or not and what your new value is, or whether they're going to say, no, this is your value. So that is kind of the appraisal protest process in a nutshell. The biggest thing is whether it's worth it or not, right? That is a decision that you're going to have to make once you have those numbers in hand from your favorite real estate professional. I also wanted to talk about just a few things to note about your appraised value that are kind of good nuggets of knowledge to know and to keep in mind. Number one, make sure you have all of your exemptions. When you bought your house, you should have put your homestead exemption on there, and that will save you a bunch of money on your taxes. Your homestead is you proclaiming like, this is where I live, and it's not an investment property, and there is a tax break or tax incentive for owning your home. So make sure that you have your homestead exemption on there. Also, if you're a little bit older, that over 65 exemption will save you a lot of money. My husband is a little bit older than I am, and he just turned 65 this past year. And I am telling you, it dropped our taxes a lot. I was very happy to have an older husband and get that little tax break that we got this year. So that will save you a lot of money. Make sure that's on there. For us in Dallas County, that was an automatic process that they put that on there for us, but you may have to do that if you're in a different county than we are. So that's number one, make sure you have all your exemptions. Number two, if you do have a homestead, just keep in mind that your value, your taxable value cannot increase more than 10% per year. So if you're seeing some crazy increase in your price and you have owned your home for several years and you had your homestead on there and all of a sudden you're getting this crazy increase of 30% or something like that, that is not okay. So that is definitely something that you're going to want to protest and let them know about and say, hey, that's not fair and that's not legal. So make sure that your value is not increasing more than 10% per year. The third thing that I wanted to make sure everybody knew is investment property. There are no tax breaks for that. There's no exemptions or anything like that. So like your homestead exemption, your over 65 exemption saves you a lot of money if it is your, obviously if it's your homestead. For investment properties, they can put those values at whatever basically they want. You can still protest the values, of course, but they can put those values at whatever they want, and they can increase by a lot more than 10% per year if the appraisal district says they are worth that. So just know that about investment properties, that they can increase more than that 10%. The fourth and final thing that I wanted to say about, back to the protest process, there are deadlines in the protest process that you're going to want to know, and you're going to want to keep those in mind, write those down, make sure you meet your deadlines, because that's a super easy way for the appraisal district to say, sorry, your value is what your value is because you missed the deadline. And that just kind of does not feel great. It feels like the government's shoving something down your throat that you don't like. So just make sure that if you decide to protest, that you have those dates on your calendar that are deadlines, and that you have your hearing date on your calendar, and you don't no-show or something like that. That's just, that's kind of a big deal, and it's just an easy win for them, and we don't want to let them win too easily, right? We don't like that. That is about all I have for you today. If you have any questions on the appraisal protest process or anything like that, or of course, if you'd like your numbers run, I am more than happy to do that. Just get in touch, and I hope this is helpful. If you liked it, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it, and I hope I see you next week on another edition of All Things Real Estate. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.